Obviously, applying bokeh to only a portion of an image like we did in the sports examples requires making a selection of some sort. Bokeh, as in any filter, has to be shown what to protect and where to apply the filter. So we didn't build selection tools into bokeh as we feel the ones currently available in Photoshop are truly top-notch. So making a good selection doesn't have to be all that difficult, and I'm going to show you how easy it can be using one of the images from our overview video to demonstrate. So let's get started. So we're going to start by opening our image. I'm going to hit the F key to go to full screen mode, and then Command Control 0, go to full screen mode. Okay, now here we have a good action shot of a picture, and there is some fall off in the background, but a little more of a bokeh effect could really help put the focus more where we want. So I'm going to start by selecting the quick selection tool in Photoshop. It's paired up here with the magic wand tool. Now I can quickly adjust my brush size in Photoshop by holding down the bracket keys. I can go larger, I can go smaller. In case you don't know where the bracket keys are, they're right there beside the letter P. So what I'm going to start doing with, I'm going to use a fairly large brush size, and I'm just going to make a fairly quick selection here. And as I said, I can reduce my brush size here. And we don't have to worry about getting it just right to begin with. We're going to go back and fine tune it. Make this a little bit smaller there. I'm not going to worry too much about these feet down here, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so now we've made a fairly rough selection here, and we're going to start fine tuning. So I'm going to hit Control Command Plus to zoom in. I can hold down my space bar and turn it into a mouse into a little hand, and then I can just drag this image exactly where I need it to be. And then we can examine the edges and sort of fine tune things. Now, all I have to do is just click and drag in these areas where I want to add. And if I want to zoom in even more and take a look, I can see that I missed a little bit of the tip of the hat there. So I'm going to lower my brush size and just touch it there until I push it out where I need it to be. So then we're just going to kind of go around the edges here. If you see little tiny areas like this, you can just click and add to the selection. And go along here, we can see where we grabbed something we didn't need. So if I want to subtract from a selection, I just hold down my Option key and click and drag in that area, and voila, it's done. So we're going to pull back over here. Did pretty good here. Reduce my brush size a little bit and just add the end of that little glove right there. Whoops. Okay. And then this little piece of the glove right there looks pretty good. Now we can see we grabbed some area here we didn't really want to get, so we'll hold down our Option key. Just subtract from that area we don't need. Okay. And it's looking good here. Alright, we'll come down here, we'll add this piece of the shoe back on. Hold down the Option key and get rid of this area we don't want. And as I said, this shoe area isn't going to be as much of a problem because we're going to have to bring a lot of it back into focus anyway to give the bokeh effect. There, we need a piece right there. You see where it, alright. Holding down my space bar and just dragging and checking the edges here. That's not. This is fine. As I said, it's not going to be an issue when we bring that little area back into focus anyway. So I'm going to hold down my Option key. Get rid of these little areas we don't want. Fine tune it. Remember, just holding down the bracket keys, we can make that real tiny selection to really fine tune an edge. Okay, there's an area we don't want, so we'll increase our brush size, Option key, and just drag right through and fix that. Okay. Okay. Space bar, a little area right there we don't want. So we'll just click and drag, hold down the Option key, and it'll snap to. There's some area we don't want there, Option key, click and drag. Now, if you own a Wacom tablet and a pen, this can be even that much easier. I'm actually using a mouse just so I can show you that it can be done. Okay, just about there. Okay, so we got our selection pretty well fine-tuned. I'm gonna hit Command Control 0 to zoom back out, and you can see that we've got our selection made. It wasn't terribly terrifying and hard to do. I'm going to click over here in my channels palette and click down here to save this as a selection, and there it is. And so now after I've saved this selection, I'm ready to go to Bokeh. So there you have it.